make it easy for the users of such textbooks. That is, you will be given a textbook, a standard electronic or electrical textbook. So we will be converting those numericals into LT-SPICE based simulations. So the objective will be to make it easier for the users of such textbooks to start using LT-SPICE, and to make individuals, that is y'all, project interns, learn circuit simulation with LT-SPICE through a practical approach. So whatever you have learned in your theory in your lower semester subject of EEEE, so you can apply it into more details of it, and to assess the faculty mentor to digitize the content delivery. So basically all this will be saved in a Google Drive, wherein in your name, in your individual project intern's name, wherein anyone can access this. We'll be providing this access for everyone later on. Then the following task, it was very clear in the internship form that we have to use LT-SPICE. So you should download and install the latest version of LT-SPICE so that everyone is in unison. And we have to take a circuit from the textbook, which will be assigned by the mentor, rebuild it using LT-SPICE, then create, after making the circuit in LT-SPICE, create .asc file using circuit schematic or netlist along with the waveforms for all the assigned circuits, and save all the circuit simulation files in the Google Drive workplace, which I will shortly describe after verifying the design with faculty mentor. This is a very, very important point. Without verifying the design with the faculty mentor, you cannot upload it in the Google workspace. And the requirements were very clear. You should have a good working laptop or a PC. Laptop should be having a very good connectivity and a core knowledge of solving electronic or electrical circuits. That is a prerequisite. I suppose most of the students over here are from EXTC and electronics, so there won't be a problem in this regard. And a student with prior knowledge of working with LT-SPICE, it's a very good advantage, but training will be provided. That is what is we are going to do now. If not familiar with LT-SPICE, and the mode of communication of this entire internship will be online. So keeping in mind the social distancing norms due to the ongoing pandemic, so all communications, that is meetings, evaluation work, reports, will be done online explicitly. Now, this is the most important, you know, relevant slide for y'all. So, what are the internships benefit? So, the takeaways are the 40 hours will be equivalent to one internship credit, plus you will get an internship completion certificate, and flexible timings, digital workspace. So, whatever you save, the day's content has to be saved in Google Drive. It will be assigned to you by your individual mentors. Then online evaluation sessions after you complete day's work, which is assigned by your mentors. It has to be evaluated by mentor every day. And you will become adept in working with open source EDA tool, that is LT-SPICE. Yes, LT-SPICE is an open source tool, and you will become very adept in working with circuit simulation of electronic circuits. So whatever circuits you have studied in your electronic subjects, that you can simulate and enhance and understand it in a much, much better way. So without before moving forward, do you all have any queries regarding this internship or any queries in general? Or shall we directly begin with the LT-SPICE training session? So any queries from anyone? From now on, you all will be called as project interns. So any query from any questions related to this slide or anything in general, or else I can proceed with permission from Deepa ma'am and Sonia ma'am.
Yeah, Idris
Sir,
sir, go.
you can proceed, sir.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
proceed. Yeah.
okay. Thank you, madam. Since there are no questions, I will proceed with the training session. So all of you, I have already informed you that you have to install the latest version of LT-SPICE. So we will be performing few circuit simulations right now. So I request you to open up the LT-SPICE and start with the exercise together with me. So I'll just stop. I'm just stopping the sharing for 1 sec. Let me just open up the LT Spice window, and then I'll share the screen again. Okay. So this is my LT Spice workplace. This is my LT Spice workspace. So let us take some example of a standard numerical from a standard textbook. So let me just open up a particular textbook. So I have taken for this session, I am referring to a textbook of electrical technology by volume 1, that is by BL Thareja. So this is the textbook which I am referring now for today's example numericals. So let us begin. So let me just go back to, let me just select one numerical from here. Just give me a few seconds to, okay. I think I have went a little ahead. Let me take a simpler numerical at first. Okay. So I guess you all can see the screen. Sonia ma'am, Deepa ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So let me just try this numerical out in LT Spice, and let us check right now live whether we are getting these results which are mentioned here or no. So basically what is the question is, we have to find the unknown value of resistor, and the other things are provided, that is the voltage drop, the power supply, that is 12 volts, has to be given DC, and all the resistance are in ohms. So let us build the circuit in LT Spice. So let me just try to minimize this. Yeah. So this is my LT Spice workspace, and let me just start with it. So let me just adjust the screen a little more. Yeah, now it's proper. So in this LT Spice screen, the workspace, here there is components. So from here you can select voltage or any other component. So here I am selecting my voltage and keeping it on the screen. Now, you all might be wondering, in your LT Spice environment, you might see this blue in color or the lines are blue in color. Just wait, let me complete one example. I'll explain you how to change all the settings. So in many of your environments also, you might see a gray color screen. This background might be gray, and it might be without any grids also. So let me turn on the grids. Yeah. So all the settings I will explain you after this numerical example. And let me just complete one this thing, and then I will explain you all. Okay, so this is my voltage source. So this voltage source has to be given around 12 volts. So I'll right click on it. I'll write its DC value as 12 volts, like this. And then I have to connect a resistor. So resistors are here. So I can place one resistor over here. And if I have to rotate this, I'll press Control R. So it's automatically rotated. So I place these registers over here as per the requirement in the numerical. And if the screen is too big or too wide, I can adjust this from here. That we can minimize, zoom out or zoom in. Or if I want to, keep this all this components in one screen, I can press this also. So this will make it quite evident, bigger. Now I'll connecting it with the wires. So y'all can also do it simultaneously live along with me. You have the circuit with me. Over here, it is shared in the screen on the left hand side PDF. So you all can also observe it. Remember one more thing, whenever you make a connection, there will be this dot available. Let me just expand and show it to you. I guess, yeah, this. So this means that the connection has been made. So if I there is an option of zoom full extent. So if I click on it, entire circuit will be occupying the entire workspace. Now let me just do this, and this circuit is a little incomplete because I have to mention the values of resistors. So here R is written. So here I have to write 550. Then this will be, don't bother about the naming now. Only the values are important right now for us. So this is 50. Then this is around 500. And what we will do is, how we will solve this numerical is, we already know the value of R now. This is calculated. So we'll check, we'll go reverse. So we'll put this value of R and we'll check all the voltages and currents over here. I hope you all are following. And let me substitute the value of R as 233. That is the answer. So this is 233. So now all the registers are placed, all the values, and the DC power supply is also placed. Now only thing and the most important thing is the ground. So ground always you need to connect. So take a wire out from here and always connect the ground from here like this. So this completes our circuit. So this is our circuit. Now to run this, first of all, it's always advisable to save this. So go to file and save in a directory which you want to save it. Okay, so let me just go ahead and simulate this. So I'll go to simulate, run, and I have to select DC operating point. So basically what I want is, I want the terminal voltages and all the terminal currents in this network. So I'll go to DC operating point and I'll click on OK. So as soon as I do that, I'll get these values, operating point values. Now you don't see what, you cannot recognize what is this. So, and but you can recognize what are the currents. So current flowing to register R1, R2, R3, R4, and but this node voltages are not so recognizable. So what you can do is, you can use the facility of a label. So let me just show you here. So let me just call this point as label A. I'll right click on it and I place this. Again, I show it to you. Right click on this wire and you click on label net. So let me just call this as C. And similarly, let me just call this as D. By the way, you can label this node also, but by default, it will be labeled as 0, this ground node. So it will be by default labeled as 0. So even if you label it, it won't show you. So because it is connected to the ground. Now, when I want to check, when I run it again, and I check this, everything is known to me. So basically what it means is, yeah. So VA is my node voltage. Let me just push this up. So VA is my node voltage, which is 12 with respect to ground. VC is 2.75 and VD is 2.5. Whereas the currents over here are current flowing through R4, R3, R2, R1 and V1. So these are my currents. I will talk about this minus sign also. So in some cases, the device current is coming out to be negative. So that is the assumption in LT spice. So I'll clarify the point a little later. So now let us check the results. Let me just, okay, let me ask you all, did you all get these results, everyone? Similar to what you can see over here? Anyone can just unmute their, microphones and can speak?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
do you all face any problem in this, or is it going good?
It's going good, sir.
Okay, thank you. Fine. I must know that because I want to make sure if I am not too fast or too slow. Okay, so let me continue. So let us check this. Check the answers now. So this was my PDF. So here, the drop on the 50 ohm resistor. So what is said here? 50 ohm resistor. So drop on the 50 ohm resistor means this over here. So means VCD. So they are asking you VCD drop. So VCD means VC minus VD. So that is 2.75 minus 2.5. That is 0.25. So here it is correct. This 0.25 is correct. Then they are asking us to drop across 550 ohm resistance. So 550 ohm resistance is this VAC. So VAC is 12 minus 2.75 nearby. So which is coming out to be 9.25 nearby value. So this is also correct. and then they are asking us to find no, the total current. So the total current over here in this circuit is this, the current flowing through this power supply. Here it is, I will talk about this minus sign a little later. Here it is 0.0168, which is matching with this. So this is the total current, 0.0168. So as you can see, there are more digits, but still it's quite accurate up till 4 digits. And I2, well, here I2 is the current flowing through this R4 resistor. So basically this is I of R4. So IR4 is, just ignore this minus sign for time being. I'll talk about it. It is 0.005. So I2 is 0.005. You can see over here. And similarly, the current flowing through the resistor R1 over here. Here it is I1. Here it is also 0.0. Here we have that resistor is R1. Sorry. So in this case, in our diagram, it is R1. So that value is around 0.0118. Yeah, you can see 0.0118. So you can see the accuracy of results. So what we did over here is we took a simple circuit with resistors and a DC supply, and we verified that all the current values and the voltage, node voltage values are coming out to be correct. And you all can also work it in a similar way. Now, another way of doing this is, now this is one method of observing the DC values. Another way is as follows. So what you can do is, you can click on any node, so it will give its value. So you can right click on it and place this. That is VA. So this will be VA. Now, even if I drag this value anywhere above, it will remain that much only. So this is the advantage over here. Okay. Similarly, if I place my this thing over here, pointer over here, it will give some value. Right click on it and replace it by the variable you want to display. So this is VC. So this is my VC. Okay, yeah. So if you want to display the values onto the circuit, you can do it like this. And let me just display one more value, that is VD. Yeah, this is, I have to make it VD from here. Yeah, now I can place it anywhere. So as you can see, this is my VA value, this is VC value, and this is my VD value. Now also I can similarly do it for current. So let's say I want the current flow from R1. I remove this dollar sign and I click on OK. So this will give me the value of current flowing through R1. So see, we can move it anywhere. So we can place this like this, and on top of it, we can also write using the comment. So let's say if I want to write VA is equal to, I can write it and I paste it over here. So you can easily do that for all the things. So this is the second way of representing the DC node voltages and the currents. So similarly, you all can do it for VD, VB, and everything. Similarly for the current also. So that's the way to do it. Any questions so far? Any questions on this current circuit? Or
Yes,
shall I?
about the negative sign of current.
Yes. I will show you. I will represent that very soon. Just you have to be a little patient. Okay.
Sir, can you explain that last part again? That you assigned that VA, VC.
This one.
Yes.
Acha. Now the one thing is, see, if we simulate this, we get this window, right? So, but we every time if I want to represent these values on the circuit itself, so what we need to do is I can click on any part of the circuit. It will show you one value. Now I can turn this value into any of these variables. So let's say, let me just show you. Let me just say that if I want this value to be V of A, for example, V of A, we know it is 12 volts only. So now I can remove this from here. I can place it anywhere. So that's the meaning of that. Is your doubt clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if I want to label this, I can do that easily using this text. Now let
Okay,
me,
sir.
yeah. So now let me explain you. You will be getting similar circuits But with the network theorems and all, much more complexity might be there. See, remember, all these are linear circuits. So LT spice gives you excellent results in case of linear circuits. So all superposition theorem, you have your Thevenin's theorem and mesh analysis, nodal analysis. Now this is a classic example. You can convert this into your mesh analysis also, and you can convert this into nodal analysis also. So all these theorems, that is superposition, all are based on linearized circuits. So this LT spice works excellently with linear results. So you might get answers which are accurate up till 4 decimals. So that's the beauty of using this. Okay, now let me proceed. So there is a strict guideline now. Whenever you make one circuit, you have to name it absolutely correctly. So let me show you. Is this example clear? So I am explaining I'm opening an example from here. So I've already saved this. So let me just open one example and show it to you how to name a circuit. Now see, this is the same circuit which I have done, right? So what you need to do is, so if let's say if an numerical is been assigned, see this internship is about this. You will be assigned a numerical or a unsolved or a solved numerical from any textbook, which you might know or which you might not know. So a page number will be assigned and a numerical number will be assigned. So it's very important that in your circuit, you have to write this. So let's say this is circuit number 1, page number 20, as you can see over here. And this is example number 1.25. So everywhere, whenever you do any circuit, you have to mention in the same format. So what you need to do, go to this, text and you start typing this. So let me just show you. Yeah. So you start typing this and select a font size of 2.5 and click on OK. So this will appear. Similarly, at your top of your circuit, you have to write your name. So I have written my name over here and write the branch. So I am from electronics, so I have written over here. So all your circuits should be uniformly be represented like this throughout the internship. So whatever circuit it may be, because it's very important, because there will be many circuits. So it's around 2 weeks. So maybe around, yeah, one more thing I forgot, depending upon the workload. So your workload may go up to 6 days a week or 5 days a week, depending upon how you are responding in first week. So for example, if you have in a week, your working days will be 5 or 6, depending upon your first 3 working days. So how well you adapt to it. So if your adaptability is good, then we will keep 5 working days. Or if you are quite slow, then we have to increase one more working day. So depending upon that, and you have to name the circuitry like this, make the uniformity, because there will be lots of circuits will be assigned to you. So so is this clear? Any doubts about this? I hope not. This was very simple. Okay, about that doubt which I want to clarify about that minus sign, let me take one more example. Yeah, so there is something which I have written over here. Yeah, so this will solve your doubt actually, slightly, I hope so. So the thing is, the LT spice assumes the conventional current flow from positive to negative terminal, but actual electron flow is from negative to positive terminal. That's why whenever you see a minus sign, don't get confused. It is not wrong. So have I cleared the doubt? So it's the adjustment with the LT spice itself. Is this doubt clear now about the negative sign?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
make sure that you don't
Yes.
confuse the, yeah. So don't get confused with the negative sign and don't panic. So it's nothing wrong with the theoretical. It's just reason why it is so. Okay. Now let me build up one more circuitry and then we can start. So let us do one more circuit practice right now. Right now we are doing explicitly simple example, and very slowly we'll move on to a complex circuit. So let me just open up one more and show it to you. So let me just see which example we can take. So many times you all have to find the equivalent resistance of a network. If I'm not mistaken, in Thevenin's theorem, in Norton theorems, and so on and so forth. So let us take this example. I hope this is visible. So we have to find RAB, that is equivalent resistance between these 2 points, that is A and B. So let us try to solve this. So let me keep this circuit over here. Yeah. So this you can easily convert it into this. As you can see, it is very common. So we are finding the equivalent resistance of this network. So how to do that in LT Spice? Let us see that right now. So again, I'll take a new schematic and I start taking up the resistors. I think I have to adjust the screen a little. I hope this is visible, because then the LT Spice, all the functionalities won't be visible. Yeah. So let me just increase it slightly. I hope. So we are building this network and we have to find the equivalent resistance between RAB. See, everyone has become adept now to find this thing. So now, right now, it is a trivial task for all of you. But we are learning a simulation software. So always we start with the simple examples before jumping into bigger ones. So let us build this. So you all can also try this on your own simultaneously. So I have to place 3 resistors. Okay, someone else is joining right now. Let me admit, yeah, that particular student. Okay, so I have placed 3 resistors onto your screen, and I have to place 2 more resistors. I'll put Control R. I'll place it over here and over here, and now I have to connect them with a wire. So don't worry. In your case, you might get the green background, the gray background, and this all these things must not be black. So I'll shortly after this example I'll tell you how to do it. In the meanwhile, keep on doing it. For y'all, the wires might be blue. Is it? Anyone can respond? Is your wires blue, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, blue in color. So we'll
Black,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay.
blue
You
in
can
color.
yes. I will help you to change it. So right now you keep it as it is. Let us first understand the art of simulation and then we will proceed. So this is the circuit. Now let us not concentrate on the name. Let me just assign the values to it. So this is 2, this is 8 as per this numerical. I think, yeah. And this will be 50. This will be 25. And this will be again 50. Okay. And now I have what I need to do is now we know that resistance is actually voltage divided by current, right? V is equal to IR, which is the Ohm's law. I should request all of you to, yeah, okay. I was about to say mute the microphones, so it's okay, already done. So what we will do is we'll additionally apply a voltage source. So here is my voltage source. I'll place it over here, okay, and I'll connect it with a wire. Don't worry, we are in the right track. Now I have said the importance of connecting a ground. So let us say that if I don't put a ground, what will happen? So let me just simulate this circuit randomly, and of course I have to give some value, So let me give randomly around 10 volts. So let me try to simulate it DC operating point, and okay. See, it is giving a error, that is the circuit does not have a conduction part to ground. So that's why always you need to select a ground node compulsorily. So in all your circuits in this internship, you have to definitely connect a ground, or else it won't proceed. So this is my ground. So now your circuit is complete. And now no need to assign the nodes. We are only interested in finding the equivalent resistance between point A and B. So A and B, let me just name it this node as VA. And by default, this node will be, I think let me just define it as B. Yeah. Why I'm defining at B? Because this ground node will be always 0. Okay. Now let me run. We don't know right now what are we doing. Basically, we are actually finding the equivalent resistance. But why are we connecting the, the DC supply? We are not so clear now. So let us wait. Okay. I hope that ambiguity of minus sign is clear now. And let us see what this value is now. Okay. So my voltage over here is V1. So there is a 10 volts. Now I want to find how much this voltage source is delivering current. So this voltage source is delivering current of 0.4444. So what does that mean is? So what does that mean? Let me just open up. I guess I have to open up a comment. Yeah. So what does this mean is equivalent resistance RAB is equal to the voltage V1 divided by the current flowing through V1. Let me say it this way. Yeah. So what is the voltage V1? 10 volts. And 10 divided by, and what is the current which we got right now? 0.4444. So one of you please calculate and let me know the value. Hello. Do it live and let me know 10 divided by 0.444. Kindly let me know the value, please.
22.52.
22.5. Yes.
22.5, maybe 02 or something, right? Okay. Let me place this over here. Okay. So we are getting equivalent resistance due by this method as 22.5. Let us check the answer. See this. See, can you see this number? So this number is 22.5. So I hope that with this example you all have understood for any complex equivalent resistive network, you can find it like this. So it will be very useful when you are doing Thevenin's and Norton's theorem sums. So is there any doubt related to this question?
No, sir.
So can you explain that calculation part again, that RAB calculation?
Okay. So basically resistance is actually voltage divided by current. So because we are following the Ohm's law, because it is a linear network, so V is equal to IR, that is voltage is proportional to current with a proportionality constant R. So R will be V upon current. So what we want is, we wanted, concentrate on this left hand side of your this thing, PDF. So we wanted equivalent resistance over here. So what we did, we added a voltage source and we found out what is the current flowing through the voltage source. So here, if I simulate this, over here, my current flowing through the voltage source is this I of V1. Can you see this? I'll just expand this thing. Yeah, is this visible now? This is I of V1, which is the current flowing. Don't bother about the negative sign because LT spice considered is reverse. So R
Yes,
is
sir.
positive only. So it is 0.4444, actually 6 digits. If you put 6 digits, you will get a more accurate result. So this is the current flowing delivered by this voltage source. So I know the value of voltage source, I know the value of current, I divide them and I get the equivalent resistance. So this is the technique
Okay.
which we are following. Is this clear now?
Yes.
Okay. I think some of the project interns are joining a little late. No worries, this session is recorded. So if you have missed out any part of it, the recorded video link will be given to you. Deepa ma'am, Sonia ma'am, can I proceed ahead with a few more examples? I think one more example will be sufficient for them. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Can I just show one more example and that we will wind up for today then?
I think it's okay, sir. We can wind up actually two examples. If they have any difficulty, then we can.
Yeah. So if you
We
all,
will resolve it.
I will ask the students if you all have any difficulty or if you all have understood how to do this in LT Spice, we can stop this session over here, or you want me to cover one more example, I can do that also.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, students. Hello,
Sir,
project
ask to
interns.
student.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm asking them. So, any of y'all want me to show one more example, or is this okay? Y'all can manage.
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Okay. Okay. Now let me show you how to make this the screen white and this all this black, and why this is thick enough. So all of you concentrate. So go to tools, go to control panel, drafting options. In drafting options, now there is something called as pen thickness. Always make that 3. If I make that 4, I'll show you what is the. So this has become more thick, the thickness of the wire. So again, I repeat: tools, control panel, drafting options, and pen thickness is 3. Okay. Now I'll go to, now I want to change the color, right? This color has to be, background color should be white. So some of your cases, it will be a little gray. So I'll go to this waveform. Waveforms also, you keep the data trace width as 3 and this as 2. So keep the same settings. So I'll go to waveforms. I'll go to color scheme. In color scheme, I'll go to schematic. So in schematic, you have wires, right? So select the wires and select this RGB as 00. So it might be 255 or something. So make this 00 everywhere. So if you make that 00, it will be by default become as black. Now similarly, the junctions, you have to make it 00, all 0. Similarly, in the component body, then the component fill-in, the component text, the spice directive text, everything, in fact, you have to make it properly. And the grid has to be black also. Then the background. So background, you select background from here and you select it as 255. So if I just change this color to 255, it will become white. So that's how to make this as the background as white. So everyone has to use the similar thing. You have to keep the background as white with grid on, and you have to keep the entire circuit in black as it is visible over here. Okay, is this understood? So this is these are the settings which you need to make. So any doubts regarding the settings, or is the changes happening the way it has to be? Hello, anyone can respond. Are the changes happening the way it has to be?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, fine. So, so kindly follow the syntax, and you need to name the circuit like this. That is which ebook is assigned to you, which circuit it is, page number, example, and your name and your branch has to be written like this. So your circuit should look something like this after simulating. Of course, you can add these values onto the circuit, but overall the circuit should look like this. So if you have any doubt, I can proceed with the digital simulation, how to do it. Any queries regarding any circuit simulation related to LT Spice or the settings? You all can ask now.
Yes, sir. About the component fill in the color where we have to, you said to make everything black. So, but in component fill in, if you make it black, then the text won't be visible.
No, I guess except color. I think this component except component filling. I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So don't make this component fill in as actually. I'm a little sorry. I guess I have. I guess everything I told you to make it black. No, no. The wires, junction, component body, component text, flag color, spice directive text, comment text. So these things and grid. These things you make it black. Rest everything you keep it by default. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So any other queries regarding anything?
No, sir.
Or I shall move on to the how to submit this results. Okay, so I shall do that now. So everyone will be assigned a space, a digital space. So this is like I've created for my project intern. Similarly, it will be created under, your mentors already have created this digital workspace. So this is 2 weeks textbook companion summer internship. So let's say, for example, uh, this is the case of Harshil. So let me just go here. So this will be shared with you shortly. So you have week 1 and week 2. So week 1 right now we have assigned 5 days. So every day you will be assigned a similar task. So that will be available in the assigned work, and you have to upload your work in completed work like this. So what all things you need to upload is, listen very carefully. So let me just open the annotations a little bit, and let me write it over here. What all things you all will be uploading. Okay. So the first thing to upload will be the .asc file, your LT Spice file. The second thing you will upload is the handout. Now, what is the handout? The handout is the solved solution of the assigned numerical. So even if it is a solved or unsolved numerical, you have to solve the numerical. That just as in this case, I've just showed you one PDF. So you can refer that numerical and see how it has been solved. You all have already completed semester 1 and 2. So you all know how to solve this DC numericals, DC circuits numerical using theorems. So you need to solve it, and you need to upload the images of it. At the end, you have to
नहीं, पानी नहीं
compare
डाला।
the you need to compare the simulated values, and you need to compare the values which you got over here. So like this. So these are the values which you have got. Let me just turn off the annotation. Yeah. So these are the values which you might have got from the simulation. So these are the simulated values, and the theoretical values you might get it from here, from your solved numerical over here. So you have to, at the end, you have to create the table of the parameters, the theoretical values, and the simulated values. So that's how you need to upload your work. So the completed work, every day's work, you need to upload it over here. Now, before uploading, you need to get it evaluated from your respective mentors. So is this evaluation process and digital workspace and how to upload it, it's clear to you, everyone?
Sir,
Hello?
sir, in what format should the handout be?
In what? Sorry?
Format, like
Format.
the handout. Yes.
I'll just show you a format, a simple example. So I'll just show you an example from my other internship. Let me just open it up. They have also done a similar kind of a thing. Uh, so just wait, I'm opening a format. Since you requested how it should be the format of the handout, right? This was the question, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And one more thing, when you name the handout, please name it against your name. So you can write example, in this case, your name, your week 1, circuit 1, day 1, and then handout. So let me just open it up. So this is the general format. You can use your cam scanner. So you can write the example number and the page number and something. The solution will include the circuit diagram. This is just a reference. Yours might be different. And the solution. So whatever it requires to solve a numerical, you can have to adjust it. And at the end, I told you the simulated and the comparison results, right? This way you need to add. So same way, your parameters might be different. The comparison between the theoretical and the simulated values. So one column will be parameters, other column will be theoretical values, and other column will be the simulated values. In short, if you need to verify whether your simulation and your theoretical results are matching, this table will give you an idea. So if this table, the results are matching, that automatically means that your work is on the right direction, in the right direction. Have I cleared your doubt? You have understood the format? So you can upload it using Cam Scanner in PDF form, compulsorily in PDF form. Okay, and you can see the work, the handout should be very clear to read also, so it should be readable. So any more queries from anyone else, or I shall conclude this session then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's it for today's training session. More such training sessions in the form of recorded videos will be given as link now, since because we are commencing from tomorrow. So again I repeat, the commencement date is from tomorrow. So tomorrow morning around, or before that also, you will be assigned a task, right? So that you have to complete it within the same day, that is tomorrow itself, and upload it and get it evaluated tomorrow only. So other details you will be individually be provided by your mentor, that is individual mentor. So that's it for this training session. So best wishes for this internship. So thank you Deepa ma'am, and thank you Sonia ma'am for coordinating this event. And thank you
Thank
everyone.
you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.